This is play-by-play coverage, Sirius XM Town Hall. 21 Pilots. Thank you so much for doing that. That was unbelievable.
Thanks, guys.
Unbelievable. Well, hey! He made it.
Can we start?
We're
just getting going.
We just got done with sound check.
Good to see you, man. Welcome.
Okay. Hi,
How was the statue? Did you get all the way to the crown?
Yeah, I climbed all the way up.
Yep. Security got you, brought you back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful, as is the music of 21 Pilots and Trench, and having the opportunity to play in front of just a handful of people here, guys. We all want to say congratulations on the record and the Bandito tour, next level. I didn't think we were going to get a car on this stage somehow. You guys have a car.
Yeah, we're rich enough to burn a car every
Multiple cars. Yes.
And drums.
It's a different car every night.
And we can't thank you enough for coming in and taking the time. Normally there'd be, what, tens of thousands of people singing along with that last song. But to have that intimate moment, yes, gentlemen, yes. But that's not all. The Sirius XM Town Hall with 21 Pilots continues because we have all these awesome people here who are just singing along with you guys. But they have some questions as well. So my job at this point is to get into the crowd, find out what they're thinking. All right, are we ready? We're going to start with Adam. Adam Ellis, where are you? All right, Adam, I'm going to go get Adam. Adam, how are you? Say hi to my friends, 21 Pilots.
How's it going, guys?
What's
nice
up,
to see you again. If you could re-record any song, which one would it be and why?
There's definitely a part of us as we have enough music out there where when we listen to it, we can see the growth. And, you know, I wouldn't usually make that turn during that song. I wouldn't turn left. I would have maybe turned right. Also, I've learned a lot more about recording, so I would have, you know, worked on getting the drums dialed in better, or the vocal delivery would be different. And there's a lot of songs off of stuff we've done in the past that, yeah, if we had the resources we have now, we'd be able to get a better sound out of it. But I always go back to how important it is for those songs to remain a snapshot of who we were at that time. And I think that anyone who creates anything, if you look back at some of the old stuff, you should never be embarrassed about it because it represents who you were when you were creating that thing. And so that's something that I guess out of principle I wouldn't want to do.
All right, excellent question. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to keep it right here. All right, and we have our next question. Christian? Yes. Christian, what's your question?
Hello. First of all, thank you so much for saving my life over the years. My question is, what's the meaning behind the use of the color yellow in this album? Is there something we should be cautious about?
Just a sick color, man.
Sick, there it is.
In Trench, we're supposed to try to stay hidden, stay safe. And those who are pursuing us in the narrative of the record, they can't see the color yellow. And so that's one way of communicating to your own kind. Hey, I'm here. Similar to the way maybe, I don't know, you see hunters wearing like camo, but they wear orange. And you're just like, the deer's definitely going to see that, bro. But you realize that they can't see that color. And so I guess it derives from that. But it's a way of, if you were to watch someone walk out of a gas station wearing, you know, a camo hoodie, you just think, you know, that's just that guy's style. But then if you were to see a splash of yellow on it, you would know right away, like, that's my people. You know, and that's what we were trying to go for. And that's what we think that this fan base is so good at, is recognizing each other. And we get a kick out of that, and we're really proud of that.
I got to say, 21 Pilots and the evolution of you guys over the last 10 years, I think we all feel this. We all felt like we were with you on this journey. You guys have always pulled in fans along the way, made it a crowd scene and all-encompassing and all-welcoming. And when you guys get on the road, has it been difficult to get FaceTime with fans? And whether it's between hotel and venue or venue and airplane, how difficult has it become for you guys to just day-to-day this thing at this point? Globally, you guys are global now.
We're global, man.
Global, man. Next level.
When we started, it was like playing headline shows for like in smaller rooms than this, with way less people, and it was very manageable. Like we would just be like loading out our gear and just like chatting with people, and that was really cool. But now we don't load out our gear anymore, so we can't.
But okay, so the first vehicle you guys brought to your first gig as 21 Pilots, what was that vehicle? What was it? Was it somebody's car? Was it a van?
Yeah, it was a van.
It was a van. You shout out like make, model, year. Did it have a full steering wheel?
Ford F350.
That's a good one.
E3. Sorry, E is the van, not
Yep.
F. Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff went on.
Well, we were in our buddy's SUV for a while.
Yeah, we did.
I don't even remember, GMC or something.
You need the 4-wheel drive and some of the snow up there in Ohio, man.
There was a futon in the back of
the van.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. I don't think that's up to regulation. Let's just keep that on the low.
Yeah,
I don't know.
actually,
You passed inspection with that.
Our buddy Michael would drive, and Mark would be in one of the bucket seats, and I would be in one of the seats. And freaking Josh had the whole futon to himself all across the country.
Who's surprised? Anyone? There we go. All right.
It was really cold back there, though.
Doing push-ups all across the country.
Doing push-ups.
That's it, man.
Just working out.
But at nighttime, we would park in like a Walmart parking lot, and then like 4 of us would lay on that thing and just fall asleep. Wake up freezing. Yeah.
Our body heat.
Body heat's good. Body heat's
That's
good.
important.
And lifting your own amps and gear onto the stage, like you said, something about this size, and plugging it in and have something pop, and looking at each other going,
yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have anyone to go, hey, can you fix this?
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Vivian, is this you, Vivian? Hi, Vivian. Where are you from?
I'm from New York. I'm from the Bronx.
Have you been to the Statue of Liberty?
I have when I was very little.
So now you have something in common. How cool is that? All right, Vivian.
Nose rings.
2 for 2. Do you like Red Bull?
I don't.
Okay, there it goes. I kind of dropped right off after the nose ring thing. That's on me. That's on me, Vivian. All right, Vivian, please, what is your question for 21 Pilots?
Blurry Face and Vessel were 2 huge and important eras in your collection of music. What makes Trench so unique, and how does it signify where you both are in your creative process?
Jeez.
Oh, yeah, we got an ooh over there.
No, I still don't know how you guys do nose rings.
Okay.
Like I hear
specifically?
your question, and we're gonna get to it.
No, but let's break down the
Can
nose
we
ring.
get to mine? Don't you always feel like there's always like a bug you gotta go after?
Vivian, I have a question from 21 Pilots.
You get used to it.
You get used to it?
My sister just got her nose pierced, and she's already used to it.
Yeah. I guess I could just ask him. I don't know why I'm asking you.
Don't ask me. You get used to it.
Copy.
Yeah.
Copy that. A lot of bands are enticed to change from record to record. Maybe they get sick of the way things were, or they get, the songs are old or stale to them. We wanted to make sure that didn't happen to us, because we were fans of bands that we felt like forgot about us, and so we knew that this next record was really important to lean even further into what we would consider, the true hardcore fan base, and lean into them and go, this is us now. It's just you and us. And we took a break, and all the extra outside people probably moved on to something else, and this is us. And so it was important for us to establish that with our fans, and we never want to be, we never want to leave anyone behind and kind of like look back on our old stuff, like I was talking earlier, and kind of discredit it, because it's important to who you are today. So I think that's what Trench was one of the aspects that was so important about the record.
More from 21 Pilots and their exclusive SiriusXM Town Hall in minutes.
And
97 more questions to go.
This is just row 1. I'm making my way through it. We're going to talk to Christina, who I bet you is sitting right here.
Hi. What's your favorite part of your live shows?
There's a certain. Do you want to?
Well, it sounded like you were about to.
I've got one ready to go, man.
Yeah.
There's a moment in every show where Josh goes from wearing something on his shoulders and chest to then not. And I'm always like, man, the balls on that guy.
I don't take my pants off.
Just like, can you guys imagine? Can you imagine taking your shirt? I don't know. I can't do this. I'll sit up at the piano and talk about my fears and everything forever. But to rip my shirt off in front of thousands of people every night, kudos, brother.
You've done it before.
I have done it before.
You look good.
Thanks.
I will also add, I think one thing that we've always talked about and that we enjoy is like the sort of like physical fan kind of like interaction, whether like he's standing on the crowd or we're like playing on top of the crowd at the end. That's the one kind of thing about a show that's the most unpredictable, because everything else we've rehearsed, but those moments you can't rehearse really, and you have to hope that you guys aren't gonna drop us.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of, yeah, like there's a little bit of like nervousness each time, but we also trust you. And I
you
think
guys have great upper body strength, honestly. Our fans, I would pit them against any other fan base, just
So strong.
based off of biceps alone.
Is there any fear? Are there still butterflies before you step out there? Whether it's something small and intimate like this or in front of tens of thousands of people? Fair enough.
No, it is. Yeah, no, I definitely, you feel something for sure. No, especially when you're doing something new. There's an aspect to, I know a lot of you do things, whether it's for a living or something that you love, you do it so often that sometimes it can just become natural. And eventually, it becomes so natural that you don't have to think too much about it. So there's an aspect of us playing a show that, we've done that thing. Josh has done the backflip so much. I used to get really nervous for you, man. Now he just kills it. And also, can't imagine doing that. No offense, but some radio hosts we talk to.
Yes, go on. Throwing the hits from coast to coast. We're 21 Pilots. Go on.
And this isn't you, because I know that you're super dialed in, but some people don't totally get what's going on. Sometimes the show in general is just a lot going on. But I'll get the credit for the backflip all the time. They'll be like, hey, man, I can't believe you nailed that backflip. And I've never corrected them.
Real talk, I've never credited you for his backflip, but I will credit you for climbing what seemed like 7 to 10 stories at ACL a couple years ago. And like everybody going, he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it.
Yeah.
And you just had to fill. You're like, he's not going to make it.
It's actually a good story. I don't know if he's in here, if Mike Easterlin's in here. He works at the...
Shout out, Mike. Yeah, he's here.
He works at the label here, and he was at that show. So ACL is in... Where's in Dallas?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, sorry.
Yeah.
And...
Dallas City Limits.
Dallas City Limits. ACL. Of course, I'm thinking of a different show than in Texas. There was what?
Dallas. That wasn't Dallas.
It was in Dallas.
You like climbing, don't you? There's more than one show where you're going 10 stories up.
So he was at the show, and our tour manager wasn't there at the time, so he was kind of like, I don't know, babysitting us, and he was there, and right before I knew I was going to climb really, really, really tall thing that I should not have been climbing, but I knew I was going to go for it. And right before I went on stage, I went over to Mike and I said, hey, Mike, tell my mom I love her. And then the rest of that set, that guy was sweating like no other. Yeah. When I started climbing that thing, he knew it's his time to shine. He's got to go all the way to Ohio and let her know. Yeah. So
Tyler put a GoPro on, was it your chest at one time?
Yeah.
As he was climbing up the thing, and I watched the footage later and like, dude, I mean, you have to. I mean, that's the cool
thing.
Better
than a backflip?
Yeah, it was. I was more nervous for him than he is for my. My hands were sweaty. That's hard to watch, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of GoPros and cameras and such, we're going to go on to our next question here at the SiriusXM Town Hall with 21 Pilots. I believe it's about music videos, and I believe it comes from Carlos right here. Yes, Carlos?
Thank you for coming, Josh. It took you a long time.
Sorry.
My question is,
Tell
what
him.
is your favorite music video you filmed?
Well, I'll start by saying it seems like I missed the performance. I'm like gathering that, so
yeah, we did it already.
I'll just play the drum parts only to those songs.
Yeah, I'm gonna
when we're
leave.
done.
You guys stay. He's gonna pull his drums out and just play drum beats.
Yeah. I want you to get the entire thing. Favorite music video. Music videos are hard.
They're the hardest thing we do.
It is probably the hardest part of our job. It's just a long day, maybe 2 days. We don't usually get up at like 5 or 6 a.m., and that's when they start. And then there's usually something uncomfortable that we have to do.
Poor Josh, he's always either freezing cold or upside down or some like crazy idea that we're like, oh, that sounds good in pre-production, and then we go to do it, and then we realize it's like 5 degrees out and he's wearing a tank top or something like that.
I think jumpsuit was
That was a hard one.
It was, and he was in the like freezing water.
Yeah.
In Iceland.
Yeah, I felt like someone when I was laying in the creek Because I was like, you know how these water bottles say like glacier water?
Yeah.
It's like, no, this was actually glacier water. It's like real glacier.
Yeah.
And when I was laying on my back, some of my head was in the water. And it felt like someone had taken an axe and just like chopped off the back of my head. So I love my job.
Thank you, Carlos. Excellent question. Give it up for Carlos here at the Sirius XM Town Hall with 21 Pilots. My name is Regan. Thank you so much for listening right now, North America. And of course, thank you for being in this room right now. And gentlemen, thank you so much as well. We do want to build on that real quick. As we got to know Trench, you guys seemed very specific on how you revealed it to all of us, all of your fans. It was a couple of songs and some visuals. Can you talk about that real quick and making that decision? How far back does that decision go? Like, this is how we want it to be revealed.
Oh, man. It goes back pretty far, maybe further than some people would know. But before, there were ever a note written on the record, it was the concept behind it and the idea and the story. And the character of Blurry Face was definitely something that, even what he represents to me, I haven't figured it out yet, And I knew that the next record had to mirror what it is that I was going through, which is I haven't figured it out. That story was still going. And so we wanted to make sure that we gave him more of a background, more of a story to really maybe our version of explaining a lot of what goes on inside someone's head when they're trying to figure something out.
Is it double stress on you guys because it's the visual and it's the music, or is it just organic in the sense that I can't imagine putting out one without the other?
It's hard to make sure that because you can write a song to say one thing and then you do a music video, and a lot of times I know maybe you guys can feel it when you see a music video, and you're like, man, it's a cool video, but it doesn't really connect with the song and what the song's saying. So it is difficult to make sure that those two things are married, but we have a really, really cool team that helps us, that's been around for a while. That helps us kind of make sure that those things happen.
More from Tyler and Josh and SiriusXM's exclusive Town Hall with 21 Pilots. Coming up.
Hi.
Hi.
How far ahead do you work? Do you already have ideas for your next projects? Or will you take a break to do it? Or will you just continue traveling and performing while you're thinking of your next projects?
That's a good question. Blurry Face was written while we were traveling for Vessel. So that was a record that was written while on the road. Most of it was done either in a hotel room or a bus or whatever makeshift studio we could come up with. And then for Trench, we took time off to just focus on just creating that. So we've done it both ways as far as working on something while on the road. There's certain types of songs that you can write effectively while in a situation you're not comfortable with. Sometimes you should be in a new environment to write a new song or to explore that area of either your psyche or that area of sound that you've never really gone before. So there's an aspect of touring and seeing the world that writing music can actually, be improved by. But with that being said, most of the time, the stuff that involves traveling and playing a show, for me, I'm a very vocal writer, meaning I find the chord, find the melody, and I usually find the lyrics in that same time, which means I'm singing as I'm writing. And a lot of times it's purely logistic, where I don't have a voice because I just had a concert the night before, and I have another concert tonight. And so for me to take time to actually work on songs is almost impossible. So trying to find a balance there where there's certain moments of touring where you're just on the road constantly, it's really hard to write. As far as where we are now, we're always coming up with new ideas. So I don't think that we ever really took a break from creating. But at the same time, very focused on how we can make this record, Trench, come more alive. And we're not done with this kind of touring process, so...
All right, so we'll wrap this up by saying you guys aren't done. You just mentioned you passports ready, stamped,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good. You're
yeah.
going overseas. You're taking Bandito overseas.
Yeah, I'm going to Russia.
Russia,
yeah.
Next level.
Yep.
You've been there before, though. Yes.
We have.
Yes. Bringing more with you this time for sure. More songs, more lights, more everything else, and then we get you back here in North America for more quality Bandito time. So I know all of us were at the first run of shows here in North America because I recognize everybody. I know you do too. But what can we expect next time around for the updated touring run?
We're gonna try to shake things up and introduce some new songs.
Okay, excellent.
But a lot of times we're still playing markets and cities that haven't seen the tour yet either. So
gotcha.
You kind of have to balance it out.
All right, speaking of balancing it out, do you guys have time? Do you build in some off days to get home, be with family, be with friends, or just rest that voice or anything like that? Is that part of your plan?
No.
No, not at all. All right. Well, then fare thee well, gentlemen.
Maybe like one day.
Like one day?
A day.
Like a family day.
Good.
Yeah.
Sightseeing?
Yeah.
You weren't really at the Statue of Liberty, were you? Okay. Fair enough.
He smells like he was.
That's New York. Welcome to
like
New York.
Liberty.
Yeah, man. He definitely took the subway.
Smells like freedom.
Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, please make a lot of noise for 21 Pilots. Unlike you've ever seen them before here at Sirius XM's Town Hall. 21 Pilots, guys, thank you so much, so very much.
That was Sirius XM's exclusive Town Hall from 21 Pilots.
Thank you, Sirius XM, for hooking me up.
Front row at 21 Pilots. Thanks, Sirius XM.
Hear this intimate performance again tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. And hear it anytime on your phone or at home with SiriusXM connected devices and speakers.